Right. In a previous video, I showed you how to buy at a discount and sell at a premium by showing you the marketplace and the different offers that were available. In this video, I'm going to go into detail about how to set up the ad yourself. So you've determined we're going to stick with PaySend as the market, the payment method, which we're going to start with, and we're going to set up an ad, and I'm going to show you the different best practice rules in order to have it set up properly. So with Bitcoin, we're going to start as if we were selling Bitcoin. So we could do ads for all three cryptocurrencies. We're going to focus on Bitcoin right now, but definitely you could, whatever we do with Bitcoin, we could times two and times three it with the other one. So we can duplicate it with the other current cryptocurrencies as well. So I want to sell crypto. Let's say my payment method is going to be PaySend. Let's do US dollars. In this section you can add your bank transfer details. I don't recommend using that feature, but you can if you want. Again, now we'll see here, it'll show us the information we selected. We want to sell Bitcoin and get paid via PaySend in dollars, and we'll receive a 1% fee. The individual who hosts the ad will generally pay the fee. So it's 1% there. Now we can use what's called the market price or the fixed price. I would not use fixed price unless you're advanced. I don't use it either. I would use the market price, and then what you can do is set a margin and limits based on the market price. So what we're going to do is we're going to say we're selling crypto. So let's say the minimum trade we can take is $50. Let's say $50. And then the maximum, let's say, is $300. In this particular case, PaySend may or may not be a high risk or low risk payment method. Depending on the level of risk, I will adjust my maximum or minimum amount accordingly. So if it's more of a low risk method, I might allow higher limits, but generally speaking, I will do a maximum of about $300 per transaction. Now they could open up multiple trades, but I'll generally keep my trade amount generally low with high margin, so they can do multiple trades. Now in this case, the other person had 9%. But let's say I do 8%. So what this means is that I'm going to get 8% profit based on the current market rate at that time. So if the price goes up, I get that as well. I will get this rate on top of the current Bitcoin rate. So 8% profit on top of every trade. Offer time limit, I like to keep that at the minimum possible. This is one of the techniques that reduces scammers by allowing them only 30 minutes to complete the transaction. It also keeps people top of mind to complete the transaction as soon as possible. So I'll generally do limits, but you could obviously pick your own risk tolerance. I just like to do lower limits with a higher margin. So this is 8%. So in the marketplace, I should replace this individual as number one. And we might actually do that just to show you. So next step, I can set some tags. I'm usually going to do photo ID required. No third parties. Do not accept any third parties. And let's do friends and family. I don't know. Let's just pick whatever. Usually there are some more. Let's just say receipt required in the case that you're selling something. Now I have a very specific strategy. I'll include it in what I put here below, but I pretty much put pay with paysend.com or buy BTC with paysend.com. I'll do it like that. And then in here, I'll put all of the required details when it comes to processing a transaction. Now, this will be explained on the next video, so I'm not going to put the offer terms, but this is where you put them. You'll be able to copy and paste them from the next video where I do a deep dive on how to do KYC and what the requirements are for an individual to process a transaction with you. And then you just copy and paste that again here and just duplicate it twice. So also you can require if your partner has to have their ID verified on the platform. Also, if you require for them to show their full name. you would also have to do this. I would generally advise yes to doing these in the beginning. You will have a lower amount of trades, but you will have less risk while you're learning and avoiding some of the common pitfalls that mistakes people make. So I recommend having these on once you have a few payment methods set up, and then you're starting to, maybe if you're not seeing the traction that you want, this is one technique, is to remove one or two of these classifications. Generally, I would just remove this one and keep this one because I still want to see their name. This is also some advanced options. You can target a certain country, or you can exclude a certain country. You can also show this offer to only a list of trusted users. Trusted users are people who mark you as trusted on your profile. So local currency should match. These are some other. So this is if their currency should match your currency. This is not really something super important. You should probably leave it unchecked. Minimum trades required. This is how many trades the individual must have in order to open a trade with you. And this is how much in trading volume they had to have done before they can open a trade with you. And this is if you block or allow any specific countries. I'll generally block some countries which are commonly known for scammers. This is something that would have to be, based case by case basis. For example, it depends upon where you are and which payment method you're working in. But typically there's some African countries that you're going to want to block. Proxy VPN users, I would generally use don't allow a VPN. I would click this. Working hours, this is the time frame by which your ads, if they start at a certain week. Again, not very important. I have mine running 24/7. Kiosk, I will generally do not allow kiosk trades. What this is if someone embeds your offer within their website, and so if someone is allowed to open a kiosk on their website, which embeds Paxful pretty much. And then, but the issue is that typically you can't use this. It's difficult to have a chat and to have the same level of verification. So these, exactly as it states here, these customers typically have no prior trades and have not completed a profile or ID verification. So this is a critical part of the KYC policy. These individuals are sending you money to your verified account, so you want to make sure that they are accurate and you're not receiving any issues there. So after that, boom, you just create the offer. So it's really that simple. At that point, your offer is going to show up in the marketplace and you can start trading immediately. Now we're going to go over, let me see before we, and then of course this will be on the next video when we go over how to do KYC. So this is going to be a sell ad. Yes, exactly. As we're selling Bitcoin and we're receiving cash. Now we want to look at what was called a buy ad. So this will be the other side of the equation. This is where an individual will be selling you their crypto. So you're buying crypto is your advertisement. Let's use the same method of pay send. The next step. Again, we can pick the market rate, and this is cash reserves that we have available. Let's say we're willing to pay, and there's much less risk here for a chargeback, right? Because you're in this case, I would be sending the money in order to buy Bitcoin from this individual at a discounted rate. So right now it's at a -5%. I think we saw up to a -9% previously, so let's do a -8 again. So at this point, if we have $100 and we filter it through this cycle where we buy and sell, we're getting a spread here of about 15 to 17%, right? We pay 16% total because 8 sold 8 at a premium and bought 8 at a discount. Then you have 1% each side for the fee. So that meaning that you're going to have a 16% spread on your transactions. And I'll go deeper into this on one of the following videos where I go into this whole concept. But it's such a critical part of the puzzle, this circular idea of buying, reinvesting, and consistently trading, that I like to just repeat it often so you understand this is kind of the structure and the foundation for the entire process. So again, we have the same options. We can pick our market rate, advanced, No, don't use that. I'm not even sure what that is. Oh, this just determines if you want to pick what the source price is. But I find that Paxful's market price is generally pretty reasonable, so that's fine. Next step, again, we can offer those tags. We can do it because no verification needed because we're sending them money, so we don't. But I won't send it to a third party. And then we can put some icons here, and then I'll put I will send you paysend.com or paysend.com for BTC, or I will send you paysend.com, or I will send you paysend, something like this. It's a limited amount of characters, so you got to figure out. But I write something very obvious. And then, so I'm sending them paysend and they're selling me crypto in this case. So again, I'll put the instructions here, which will be on one of the following videos. And you can have the same parameters as to any requirements that you put, really the same ones previously. And then and then you hit create offer, and we can see here the details. I want to buy Bitcoin and pay for it via paysend in US dollars. I'll pay 8% below the market price for every purchase, and people can trade between 50 to 500 US dollars. Now, again, you can mix and match all these different things here in order to match your payment methods and what you have available. Perhaps maybe you like this one, but you only want to do $100, right? So you can figure out what you're trading with and what your opportunity is. So this is the really step-by-step, very comprehensive step-by-step on how to actually create your ad once you've discovered your marketplace. So the marketplace is going to be the most important in figuring out which payment methods you believe that you would have access to. And then after that, you're going to want to figure out, okay, now let's set up our buy. Oh, first verify. We've already spoke about this in the previous video, but you want to make sure your account is registered and fully verified with the payment method you choose. Maybe Skrill is a popular one, or PayPal. I'll just give some examples. Then once you have the account fully verified and set up and you're able to send and receive money in that payment method, then you want to set up the ad, the buy ad and the sell ad. And then once you have those set up, now you know at least how to set the limits and how to set the pricing in a comprehensive way. And you can look at the market and see, okay, this person's selling at 8% or 9%, and then we set our ad at 8%. So this is healthy competition, right? So we're going to see if we can find a spot in the marketplace which we can offer something that the other person isn't offering. Perhaps they're only willing to go 9%, but we're willing to go 8%. Therefore, we can have an advantage and be listed first in the marketplace with our ad once we set it up. So this is a really important part of the process, is knowing how to set up your buy ads and sell ads. And this will allow you to buy at a discount and sell at a premium and earn the spread and reinvest that spread and earn compound interest on it. So that's completes the how to set up the buy and sell ad portion. Next, we're going to be going into a deep dive on KYC. And once you actually have an individual open a transaction, okay, now what? What do we do now? So that's going to be in the following video. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.